Hello there, grade 10 students! Welcome to another episode of our Math Time, Fun Time series in Mathematics Grade 10. I am your teacher, Mary Joy S. Calusa of Benigno V. Aldana National High School, your number buddy in today's video lesson. Before we start, let me remind you to stay focused, watch and listen attentively, and avoid distractions. Is your self-learning module ready? How about your pen and paper? Let's now begin an interesting and exciting lesson. Here is the objective of the lesson. At the end of this video, you are expected to derive inductively theorems on arcs and chords. In the previous lesson, you've already learned about terms related to circle, and two of these terms are arcs and chords. So let us recall what are arcs and chords. Consider the given figure, circle B. The curve from point A to point D is an example of an arc. Also, we have a curve from point A to point C is also an arc. And others also from point A to point E and then point A to point F are example of an arc. An arc is a part of a circumference of a circle and it is named by their endpoints. On the same figure, still on circle B, segment EF and segment AD are examples of a chord. A chord is a segment joining any 2 points on the circle. Let us now proceed on theorems on arcs and chords. Here is the first theorem. In the same circle or in congruent circles, let us have congruent arcs have congruent chords. To further discuss this theorem, let me show you a diagram. In the given diagram, if arc MA is congruent to arc HT, then segment MA is congruent to segment HT. Next, congruent chords have congruent arcs. In the same figure, if segment MA is congruent to segment HT, then arc MA is congruent to arc HT. Let us apply this theorem through an example.
So here is the application of theorem number 1. Given the figure, example 1. Let x be equal to arc ME in the figure. Find the measure of arc ME. Here is the solution. If segment TI is congruent to segment EM, then arc TI is congruent to arc ME. If arc TI is equal to 75 degrees, then arc ME is also equal to 75 degrees. Let's have example number 2. In the figures, circle D is congruent to circle J and arc SC is congruent to arc TO. Find segment SC. Here is the solution. Arc SC and arc TO are congruent arcs in the congruent circles. So, the corresponding chords, segment SC and segment OT are also congruent. So, we will use segment SC is congruent to segment OT. Segment SC is equal to 8y minus 1 and segment OT is equal to 15y minus 15. Combining like terms, so we have 14 is equal to 7y. Simplifying further, we have y is equal to 2. So, segment SC is equal to 8y minus 1. Substituting 2 to y will give you 15 units. So, segment SC is equal to 15 units.
Theorem number 2. If a diameter is perpendicular to a chord, then it bisects the chord and its arc with the same endpoints. Let us take a look on the diagram given. In circle A, segment RL is the diameter segment MK is a chord. If segment RL is perpendicular to segment MK, then segment MS is congruent to segment SK. And arc ML is congruent to arc LK. Let us now apply the theorem on the given example.
Let's have the application of theorem number 2. Given the figure, in circle H, segment SR is perpendicular to segment EA. Find segment EA if the measure of segment HE is equal to 5 inches. So here is the solution. If segment HE is congruent to segment HA, then segment HA is also equal to 5 inches. So, to find segment EA, we have to add segment HE and segment HA. So, segment EA is equal to 5 inches plus 5 inches. That will give you EA is equal to 10 inches. So let us now proceed to activity number 2. Directions. Find the following by using the figures at the right column. Number 1. Find X if segment PA is congruent to segment KE. Number 2. Find the measure of arc WSE if segment WV is congruent to segment VE. So here is the solution. Let's check if your answers are correct. So number 1. If segment PA is congruent to segment KE, then arc PA is congruent to arc KE. So if arc PA is equal to 85 degrees, then arc KE is equal to 85 degrees also. So to find X, we have arc PA is congruent to arc KE, and that is equal to 85 degrees is equal to 5x. So to find X, we will now divide both sides by 5. So 85 divided by 5 will give you 17. Next, find the measure of arc WSE if segment WV is congruent to segment VE. Here's the solution. Apply theorem number 2 on arcs and chords. So, 3x plus 10 degrees is equal to 8x minus 5 degrees. Combining like terms, we have 10 plus 5 is equal to 8x minus 3x. Simplifying further will give you 15 is equal to 5x. Dividing both sides by 5 will give you x is equal to 3. To find the measure of WSE, we have to combine 3x plus 10 and 8x minus 5, or the measure of arc WS and arc ES. So, here is the solution. So, arc WSE is equal to 3x plus 10 degrees plus 8x minus 5. And that is equal to the quantity 3 times 3 plus 10 degrees plus 8 times 3 minus 5 degrees. So, arc WSE is equal to 19 degrees plus 19 degrees is equal to 38 degrees.
Before we end this video lesson, let us take note these important ideas.
Theorem number 1. In the same circle or in congruent circles, congruent arcs have congruent chords, and congruent chords have congruent arcs. Theorem number 2. If a diameter is perpendicular to a chord, then it bisects the chord and its arc with the same endpoints.
There you have it, grade 10 learners. Now, it's time for you to solve the practice exercise. Prepare your pen as well as your paper for your solutions. Are you ready? You may now start. For your assignment, kindly accomplish the given problems. Make sure your answers are complete with solutions.
Congratulations, dear learners! I hope you understand well our lesson for today. You are now ready to answer the assessment part in your self-learning module number 2. Thank you and see you on our next video lesson.